It's all empty promises in my games. Now I can't run away.
Hi guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome back to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of The Witcher Path of Destiny. This is a Kickstarter that just arrived at my door, I think yesterday. So here I am with you guys to show you what came in the box. We're going to take a look at the core box, which I just noticed that is smaller than the stretch goals box. We'll take a look at that as well, and a couple other things, not much, a figure with another board that I also got sent. Honestly, I did this years ago, so I had like no recollection of what I had gotten. But this looks really cool. This is I believe it's mostly a card game where you take on the role of one of the heroes, Geralt. In the expansion, you've got Yarpen. Here you've got Yennefer. So a couple of characters that we know from the video game / series, books, wherever you get your Witcher lore from. But let's open it up. Let's go see what's in the boxes. All right, so again, first off, we're gonna look at the core box, which has, I guess there's 5 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters you can play as. So there they all are for you to take a look at. And they're also on the sides. Not sure why he's like oriented that way, but then he is that way. And then that one is again on that side, but then this guy, I guess the ones on these sides are on front, and then if you want to store it on your shelves and you're gonna put it like that, then you can see him straight up. I guess that's what they thought. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the back of the box. So there is a playmat that looks pretty long just here. I mean, 3 players can sit on one side of the board and the other 3 can sit on the other side. So it looks pretty long just from the picture. There's I think it's 5 heroes and then 5 markers that are going to be little mini tokens, but there's also standees. I guess I'm not sure how that works. Maybe if you didn't get the deluxe version. And yeah, you're gonna go through a story. It's gonna be card driven, as far as I can tell. There's a bunch of cards, and there's also a bunch of tokens to keep track of stuff. But let's take a closer look at what is inside. I actually had to go see what the game was about because I couldn't remember. I am a Witcher fan. I have never played the video games per se. I mean, I've tried playing, was it number 3, I think? I don't remember what it's called. But I didn't get too far. I'm not that great with those games. So, but I did enjoy the story part of it, and the characters, of course. I did watch the TV series, or at least I should say the first season, because once Henry was out of the picture, I was like, well, if he's out of the picture, then I probably should get out of the picture too. So I haven't watched season 2. If I should, let me know, and maybe I'll go watch it. Okay. So we find the manual, of course, and I'm guessing these are the backers. Maybe I'm there. I should check it. But the font is too small. There's more of that and more small font. All right, and then we've got, like I said, the manual, and we've got this, which I'm not sure what that is. Okay, and after that we've got tokens. Let's take a quick look at the box layout. We've got these envelopes, maybe to save stuff, and then that's kind of what it looks like. We've got probably our characters here, or maybe here. And yeah, we'll dig in there in a minute, but let's take a look at the manual. And I'm guessing these are the standees. So I'll put all this back in here, keep it organized, and we'll take a look at the manual, then we'll look at the tokens. All right, so as far as the rule book goes, we've got an intro, then we've got the components that we're going to be looking at in a minute, the details of the components, a lot of details on these components. Then game setup, which looks, I like the visual, I appreciate that, and which usually they do have it. Then more game setup, and then general rules and terms. Then after that we've got a turn structure, so 2 pages of turn structure, 3 pages, 4 pages of turn structure with, of course, nice examples. I'm guessing those are examples. Then we've got the gameplay, and then solo game, which I will be reading because you know I play solo most of the time. Glossary, some special rules, more special rules. I'm not sure what Tails refers to, but I guess I'll find out. More special rules and more special rules. And then in the back, yes, card effects, beautiful. I like that the iconography is explained or you know, given here to quickly reference it. And then I looked at this, and I could be wrong, but I think that you could use, like, for example, you can use this, or you can use if you have this one, you can use this one instead. And you can use standees, or you can use this minis, and you can use the score tracking markers, or you can use the included score tracking marker minis, which you're going to put a base on so you remember whose belongs to who. And then I'm guessing, but I could be wrong, that these tokens become these things, and these things are found in these boxes, which are probably in the big box that we just haven't gotten to yet. But I could be completely wrong about all this, so don't quote me on it. That was just, I mean, there's no words, there's no text, so I had to figure it out. All right, and next we have two boards full of tokens. So I already messed one up, but let's go take a closer look at these. So I'm not sure that they'll give you any kind of information because they just don't look like much to me right now. But there you go. And this is the back, which looks different. Some of them, I think, or I could be wrong and I wasn't paying attention. And then I think this is right side up, and the only way that I actually believe that is because of these guys here on the bottom, which are looking the right side up. And then this is the back of that, which again doesn't tell me much right now, but I can tell they're in the back because there's no one here, or maybe they are. And then I'm gonna give you a closer look at the envelope's art. Maybe we have to create this, I don't know. But it does look that when you put them together, these kind of look like a book. I mean, I kind of see, so I'm guessing it's those books that we saw earlier in the last sheet. All right, next up we have these, I'm guessing player boards, because I recognize, and there's an indentation here to put a card down there, very clever. All right, and something to keep track here. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just take a closer look at them. Okay, so this is Vesemir, and I might be saying that wrong. I, like I said, only played a little bit of the game. I guess he has some abilities already innate, but I could be completely wrong. And then a tracker here. And the back does have the Witcher. Is this the Wolf House? I don't know. And then, like I said, an indentation here to stick a card down there and see a side of it. We got Geralt, of course. And that's him, and I think he has training. I would think that these are all different for every character. We'll make sure, we'll see if is in the next one we take a look at, which is Yennefer, and no, yeah, these are unique because there's no here, there's magic light. So, good. I mean, a little bit of asymmetric powers hasn't hurt anybody. Then we got our Bard, Dandelion, with his powers, and I guess he's going to be color purple. And then Ciri, she looks like she's the white player. And then since I'm here, I might as well show you the standees for the characters. And it looks like they're just double-sided, the back is the same. So now back in the box we have these containers, I guess you can call them. But before I go and dig, and I'm guessing that they thought about how to put the game back in the box once you've opened everything up, which I appreciate. We'll take a look at these guys. I think these are the ones that are optional. You can either play with these or you can play with the ones that I just showed you. And again, I could be wrong. It could be that you use both. And it might be because I don't see any here for Geralt. So this is what his board, or I don't know what this is, looks like, but I have it, so I'm showing it to you. He's ready to get the sword out, and the back just has the symbol for the game. Then here's Ciri. Same back, so I'll stop showing that to you now. There's Dandelion for a song and change your tune. So, I mean, these look like abilities as well, so I'm not sure how that works. I guess we'll have to go find out. Then we've got this guy who is a veteran and a nester. And finally, Yennefer, which looks so angry. Why are you angry, girl? And so yes, we have this container, which I'm guessing is to put tokens. And nice that it has the name of the game, and then you can store your tokens in there. I see minis as well. I see this big thing with things here to keep, I don't know what, but sure. We've got our mat here, our player mat. We've got a bunch of big cards in a bag, yeah, to keep it protected. And a bunch of little cards. I always leave the cards for last. We also have minis. So let me show you the playboard. We'll go to the minis and then we'll take a look at the cards last. I do think it fits on camera, but I also think, if I'm looking at it right, that it goes that way. So this is the camera that is showing it to you right side up. But then it doesn't fit over there. But I'm guessing there's spots for tokens here, or maybe the minis, depending on, I don't know, I'm guessing, what am I guessing? And this should be the score tracker. And the big cards probably go here as the story unfolds. But again, that's just my guess. But very nice, I like that it's, you know, a lot of these player mats, when you put them on the table, they still do something like that. You know, they don't fall flat. And this one, even though it was rolled, it sticks to the table and it's nice and flat right off the get-go, so I like that. Alright, so next up we're gonna take a look at the minis, if I can get them open. Do they have tape? Sometimes they put tape on these things. No, they don't. Well, thank you for not putting tape. Okay, so I'm just gonna show them to you up close. I guess starting with the characters and then going to the scoring markers, and there's probably some villains there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, so there's 3 extras. I'm guessing they're villains, but I mean, I know this is Dandelion, so let's start with him. But the good news is, for all you painters out there, there's not that many of these that you're going to have to paint. We'll take a look at how detailed they are. They look good, at least on camera. Okay, and here's Seri running, I would think so. Nice texture on the base as well, gives it some color. And then here's Geralt, probably using a witcher sign of some kind or telling people to stop, or monsters. And then this must be Yennefer. Okay. And by the way, before I keep going, I noticed that these are numbered. For example, for whatever reason, this one is number 13, and this one is number 9. And the next one I'm going to show you is number 6. So I wonder how, does that help us? Do they have a number on the bottom maybe? Oh, they do. Okay, well that's clever. So that way you know exactly where to put them. Very nice. I like that they did that. I have spent plenty of time trying to figure out where the minis go once I'm done playing with the game and all the minis are like out. So that's nice. You have a number 2? Yeah, you are number 10. Perfect. I like the texture of this piece of clothing. That's going to make it really cool to paint, and the base too. Okay, and then I'm not sure who you are, but some kind of wizard, I would assume. You got a number. Yay! And then we got one more, which is like a double, because I see 2 people here. So cool. It's like a team up. And then we got these really cool scoring trackers, which of course we're going to need to put bases on until we remember whose is whose. Maybe if you really know the game, you would know. I don't know who this chair belongs to, if this is a chair. But good thing is it's also numbered. Okay, sure. I don't even know what this is. But I know I'm going to have fun painting it. And I'm guessing this gotta be Geralt, right? Like, it's a given, right? Yeah, alright. And then there's a bird. Who had a bird? I don't know. Didn't Yennefer have a bird? And this is, of course, Dandelion's, because it's, you know, his loot. Very nice. So I was going to do the cards next, but I noticed that when I lifted up the minis, there's stuff down here that we probably should look at. So this is nice. It's probably not, I didn't even know. So let's take a look at these little tokens, and then we'll take a look at the cards. So that, again, I like to leave the cards for last in case you don't want to get any sort of spoilers. I also found some little cards over here. So let's go. So this is a really nice metal token. I'm not sure what it does. Maybe first player. Open door, close door. I don't know. Then we've got our usual cubes. No need to open them up. These are for the standees if you prefer to go that way, and they're color coded. These are the bases and more bases. And then these I'm going to open up because they have little pictures, or I guess they're icons. I'm assuming that they're for the different players. This is the white one, so the bird is actually Ceres, and then here's Geralt's, which is very similar to Ceres. Unfortunately, wish they would have picked a different color. This is that chair thing, which I imagine is the big fighter that starts with a V, but I forgot his name. This is the bards, because he's that color. And we're missing, I think, Yennefer. Which one are you, Yennefer? The pink? Really? You're pink? Okay. Well, there we go. Actually, she must be this one. Yeah, because the pink was the bard. And finally, we're going to take a look at cards. Let's start with the little ones, since they were right there in reach. So it says core game and core game English. I don't know if this is a secret, but there's really not much here to look at. So, okay. Are these the monsters? And I don't know. Let's see if I can separate them. Now, these are a different color in the back. And again, not much to see, unless you know what the game does. And there's 3 of these. So I'm thinking these are for the characters. This one have a sword. So I'm guessing these are upgrades. And then we got the baddies, which, sure. Don't know what all this means. They just have an icon on the bottom, but I know that they're explained in the player aid at the end of the book. And then finally these ones, which again just have an icon. Maybe these are your friends. Good stuff. I don't know. I really don't. Some are more complicated than others, I'll tell you that. And then there's a ton of these, which again is the core game ones. Oh, here's the solo mode. Maybe some, I don't know what this is. Oh, it depends who you want to play against. The lesser evil or the Striga. A couple of these. I see that the game is going towards that language independent. Because all it has is, I mean, there's no text anywhere. It's all icons. I mean, I guess it's easier to print just one game and include the glossary in different languages than it is to translate all the text, and you know, then there's mistakes. Nice art. And also I know that once you know the game, the icons will make sense. Okay, here's some text. Gain something depending on the number of yellow cards in your hand. Alright. A whole lot of these. So, okay, I do like the art. It's very dreamy, I guess. Don't know what exactly to call it. And then there's a lot of icons, a lot of icons that you're gonna have to learn if you want to play the game. I'm guessing even the top of the red banner, the yellow banner, all of that might matter, or it might not. I don't know, but yeah, just at least showing you guys the art. I'm gonna put these down. There's a lot of cards. And we still need to do the big ones, but I think the big ones are going to be the more like story-driven cards, so they might not be as interesting to look at. I could be wrong though. There could be tons of art. I guess we'll find out together. But yeah. Do you guys enjoy The Witcher? And if you do, how do you enjoy it? Is it with you guys do the video game, or is it the books, or is it the TV series? How do you get your Witcher fix going? I did enjoy I had to watch the TV series with a friend because I didn't understand that the show was going like back in time. They never, like most games, they give you at the bottom, it says what year they're going back to, but The Witcher did not do that. They just expected you to know that they were going back and forth in time like crazy. And I did not understand that until I watched it with a friend that is a fan of the show and has played all the games and got an explanation. Now the big cards. to adjust the camera to fit them. Okay, so yeah, so this looks like it's going to be kind of like the book that you're going to be reading through. Hopefully they're numbered. Yes, they are. But not very exciting. Oh wait, hold on, it's not all on camera. There we go. Okay, here we are. So, I mean, if I think it fits on the big spaces on the placemat that look like a book. So it's kind of like you're reading a story, which is pretty cool. I don't know if, because I know depending on, I believe that depending on what you choose, the story kind of ends differently. Here's like the end, and so, okay, and then there's another chapter, Lesser Evil. I'm not sure exactly how it works, of course, I haven't read the manual, but at least you're getting the book read to you right now. Not read, but like browsed. This is what I do at Barnes and Nobles. Okay, it's got a little bit of art. I wasn't expecting much art, but I guess if you're reading a book, this kind of, you know, it makes, usually books don't have art, right? But for a game, I think it's nice that they added that. And then there's the Edge of the World. Yeah. I wonder if it tells you go to page whatever. I don't know how it works. Third chapter, what does it say? Third chapter, active symbols. Okay. Right. Study maps. I'm sure all this will make sense at some point. I love that. I love that not knowing what anything means, and then as you read and you play, discovering and understanding everything, it makes me feel smart. And not a lot of things make you feel smart, so I'm glad board games do that for me. So a lot of people do, like, you know, try to put you down, and don't let them do that. The Edge of the World, read the tail cards, play 3 turns, end of chapter. Okay. Lesser Evil, Strega. Okay, and that's that. Alright, so we'll move on to this big box of stretch goals. And an expansion, I believe, is in here as well. So we get, I think, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 5 new characters, and 5 new stories, and stuff that I think to keep track of what your achievements are, and then we get some companions or friends and some extra villains. And I gotta tell you, I already had a really hard time putting this stuff back in the box because I don't remember how to put it back. So I hope that it makes more sense once I don't even know, because there was the player boards, I couldn't fit them. I really couldn't. But maybe later I'll figure out the puzzle. I just didn't want to take time because, you know, I'm trying to show you guys, and I want to see. So I was like, I'll figure it out later. So the other box did not close properly. Let's open this one up. We've got stretch goals rulebook and more of these, and then the envelopes, or I guess you could call them books because they're going to end up looking like books. We've got more tokens, and then a whole bunch of things. Okay, this goes here. I need to remember. I couldn't fit it. I don't know. All right, so for the rule book, we've got companions, villains, voice of reason envelopes, new characters, more new characters, special rules. They love special rules. Okay. Yeah, tons of special rules. Looks like there's more special rules than regular rules. Okay. We got a pouch somewhere. 4 bags, not just 1. 4. Okay. I haven't seen those yet. I'm sure they're in there. Okay. A lot of special rules. And art. Okay. Hopefully, maybe by now we would know all the icons and we won't need a reference sheet. So this time around I didn't spend as much time looking at this, but I'm guessing it's the same thing. These are the standees, and then you can use the minis instead. These are the scoring trackers, and you can use those instead. And then there's these things, and you can use those instead. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books because there's 5 new tales. And then our new books. I'm going to stop showing you the back now. I think you get the picture in the back. But at least you get to look at the art. Nice dragon in this one. And one last one. So as far as the tokens go, they're very colorful. think they're more colorful than the other ones, aren't they? This is the back. I'm not sure what this long one does. And then here we have some bigger, I don't know what to use them for, and our standees are over here. The game definitely adds some stuff, because I don't remember seeing this in the other. And there's our dragon. And there's a couple of icons. Okay. These are our new characters with their stuff. Still same back. Here's Yarpin. Yarpin I know because he was in the game I was playing. Right at the beginning of the game he appeared, so I remember him. But I will confess that the other ones are strangers to me. And this guy looks like a vampire. He's just as pale as me. Okay, we're back in the back. Alright, back in the box. And you know, I mentioned the vampire. We had a show, the Starlight had a show, my band had a show last night, and it was a vampire bash. And I was like, well, you know, I don't need a custom. I'll fit right in. Okay, so we have these, which I'm guessing are also our characters. And then a scoring of some kind of pad. And adult. Okay, so let's take a look at these. I'll show you these, and then we'll go back in the box. So I'm thinking these are the characters. Oh, they're two-sided. Look at that. We've got Triss. And Triss doesn't have anything in the back. We've got Letho. Nothing in the back. Here's another one. Cracking Skulls and Hunt the Dragon. There we go. And then Regis. He should have been at the Vampire Bash. Then we have this all by itself, by lonesome. It's got some money there, I guess. Sure. And then there's a scoring pad. So I'm guessing we need to keep track of the game, or maybe throughout the game, I'm not sure. And then there's these, which kind of show me that there's hidden information in this one, which is not good for solo players. But it's here. It's all the same. So okay. Very marine kind of theme for this one. And this time around, I left the stuff in there because if not, I'm not gonna remember where it goes. There's some little cards here. There's the same storage box. There's the minis. Let's take a look. I know I don't like looking at the cards, but you know they're here, so let's do it. So stretch goals. And some whispers. I know there were like something like that in the game where you could hear like people's rumors and stuff. And we've got this ones. Okay. Oh, okay. Not much to show you here, is there? And these. Okay. I'm guessing this is bad stuff that can happen to you. It's yellow diamond, which I'm upside down, I think. Alright. Luck. You gotta pick the right color. What is this? And finally these, which, yeah, potions maybe? Is it like this? Oh, it is like that. It's a cup. Okay. But not much here. At least not much that I get. I mean, there's text. Have most cards. Oh, these must be goals. All right, let's see how I can open this up. I really want to be able to put it back when I'm done. So let me see. If I open this, wow, there's a lot of stuff here, isn't there? Okay. Open only after the following achievements are unlocked. So we're not opening these, but there's 3 of those. They're kind of heavy. Looks like more cards. And then these are just here where they fit. There's the bags. There's even pencils to keep track. Okay. Let's finish this thing first. Oh my gosh. Open only after all the following achievements are unlocked. So there's a lot of stuff that you can unlock in the game. I like that. Very cool. Okay, there's these bases. I'm not going to show them to you. There's for the standees, more bases. Cubes, similar to the ones we saw before. And then these things, let me show you those. And then we have, oh, this looks cool. And then we got cards. I'm going to try to leave them for later. And we got baggies. Kind of like, I like them. They're kind of different. I like the feel of them, so I think that these are all the same. So we got 4. Yeah, 4 of those, and one of this ones was just like a different shape. There's these translucent, kind of looks like a fire, if I had to guess. Maybe some crystals. The butcher hunt crystals. This one is like a little lighter in color. I know you can see that on camera. And then there's these that are from the players. So we've got the red one. I put them on the sides. I remember which ones I haven't showed you yet. Oops. Okay, the green ones to go next. So there's the snake green. There's the yellow cup. There's the brown. Don't ask me what this is. That's how I look at it, I guess. Am I missing this one? Yeah, okay, and that's it. That's 5. Okay. There's also another metal token. This one looks different from the other one, the one we saw before. Alright, and now if I open this up, okay, take this out. There's the minis, so let's take a look at those. Is there something under the minis? Well, there's something, but it looks like it's just places to store things. Alright, so we got a nice big dragon. I'm painting a dragon right now, but I should display it at home. This just reminded me of it. I still have to paint the wings, and it's like, they're so big, I don't know. Okay, and then we have this guy. Sure, he is numbered. Just going in a straight line. Oh, this was one of the characters, I remember him. There we go. He must be a witcher, right? He got 2 swords. I don't know what happened to your hands, but sure. Are you a witcher too? You're evil. I love it when they don't talk back to you. Alright, here's our girl. She's definitely a hero, isn't she? She looks very heroic. Isn't this Triss? And then we got this guy with an axe. And the scoring trackers. Okay, that's the last guy. I think they're like on top of each other. So this one was the last guy we saw, which tells me this should be Triss. Okay, number, nice. Big triangle here. This is cool. Oh, with the snake, huh? I see it. But then here's another snake, so, sure, everybody likes snakes in this one. And this gotta be the guy with caught. Yeah. And this one looks really cool, like definitely taller than the other ones. They even have to make it like inclined so it will fit. And here's a look at all of them, and yeah, this is what I'm telling you. They had to incline it because it couldn't fit. And again, if I can get it out, 15, match it with 15. So I'm glad they did that. Yeah, they're all nicely numbered. 16 with 16. Good job. Okay, and then this, I don't think there's anything underneath this, but nope, there is not. Okay, just wanted to make sure I show you everything. I don't want to like later on say, oh wait, but there was more and I didn't show it on camera. Okay, so we'll take a look at these cards, and then there's one other little box with roach, you know, roaches, then he's coming. And I assure you, roach is not a cockroach. Okay, so we got that, and then we got this one's, okay, some art, and of course some icons. I look forward to this one. I do think I might like it. We got some solo mode stuff with the different, I guess, games you can play in solo mode. Then we got these, okay, and they have someone's name, different names on the top. And then these, the same, okay, sure, Gunter. I mean, they're in sections, but these have the same back. So I'm not sure we're supposed to put them together. How are we going to remember? You know? So, alright, here's the different characters, I think. Yeah, there's our Regis, I think. Then we got a couple with flags, which do not tell me much right now. And then we have her. So, I'm guessing these are your companions. So I don't remember Milva's character. I mean, it's a playable character, that is. Here's another one. Yeah, I will assume that these are our companions. So there are a couple. I think they said 5. I don't remember. Maybe it was 5 and 3 villains, if I remember correctly. So, okay. And then he can also help out. Flip the Destiny token in the air and apply the result. Oh, so the metal token actually gets flipped. Pretty cool. And the bird. And then more of these with the same back, which, okay, dragon time. Cool. They all have the same art. And finally this one's with a different color flag. Doppler. Not a Doppler. Okay, so this must be for that adventure where you have like a doppelganger that pretends he's you. Not a Doppler, not a Doppler. Huh, okay. And then we've got the book kind of ones, which, oh come on, where's the art? I'm gonna just kind of go quickly through all of this because some of them are boring, some of them have art, a lot of them do not. It's mostly story, so I don't want to be here 3 hours taking away your time. I mean, and mine, obviously, but okay, so there's some art. I'll try and see if I can look through to find art. It doesn't seem like there's art on this side. I'm messing the book up, aren't I? Yeah, no art. How about here? A little bit. Okay. Whoops. Really messing the book now. Okay. Well, I guess when you're playing, hopefully it'll stay better put together than what I'm doing right now. Nothing. Okay. Alright, just, okay. This is, I guess, last switch. Well, maybe I have it backwards. I could have it backwards. Well, now I'm not going to change it because I already started like that. But yeah, I probably have it backwards. And so I should have started here. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. There's actually 2 of these, so that's why I'm going through it kind of quickly because I want to show you the other one, and there's still Roach to be shown. So we're not even done. We have probably just as many here with the Reign of Truth. So no art, no art, no art. Huh. Art apparently starts over here at the end. And another end. So I guess there are multiple endings depending on what you pick. So cool. Then there's the Doppler. Well, you just saw Doppler, not Doppler, Doppler, not Doppler. Let's see if we can find. There's art there. No art here. Really nice for a tiny card. A lot of detail in this pictures. Okay, let's see if we can speed it up. Okay. And I don't want to spoil the story. You guys are not reading this, are you? There's no way you're reading this. Doppler identity was not revealed. There I go reading. Okay. So again, the multiple endings. Bunch of like read. If you're not like a story-driven person, then this game might not be for you. I see that there is a lot of reading. All right, and then finally the Golden Dragon, which is what our mini is for. Represent him, but again, I don't see much art. Probably the instructions on how to set it up and stuff. I don't know. Okay, yeah, this one doesn't really have much art. Nope, not at all. Okay. I had a bit of a better luck putting that one back together, but it wasn't perfect either. I have to go back in there and check. So last thing I'm going to show you is this little box with Roach. If you don't know who Roach is, he is Geralt's horse, or she, I don't know if it's a female. And then there's also this, which looks like a really nice, oops, popping. Looks like a really nice player board. I don't know. Actually, a bunch of them. It looks, I don't know, or maybe it's just one. Let's see. Geralt of, oh, so it's the one with Roach. Okay, let's take a look. No, it looks the same. I thought it was special, but it's not. I mean, not that it's not special. Roach is special. I guess there's some instructions here on how to use them. And yes, he does have his own rule book, I guess. Or at least it says rule book here somewhere. Oh, right here. And finally, we'll take a look at this. I'm guessing it's just everything that belongs if you want to play as them together. So there'll be a mini, And there'll be those tokens with your symbol and a scoring tracker. Actually, we could just read the back and see what comes in the box instead of me here guessing. So 5 starting cards, 1 miniature, and 1 double layered player board. Okay, that's what comes in here. I guess you use the same scoring tracker as if you were Geralt. So let's take a look at the mini. It's still numbered, which is the only one here, but maybe you can stick this one in the core box. Very nice. I think I was like, oh no, I gotta get me Roach. Like Roach is cool. Roach is probably the coolest character in the game. So here's Roach. I don't know. I mean, Geralt, of course. But who cares about Geralt when you have Roach? You don't care about Geralt. And then these are his cards, or their cards, I guess, with the little icons and that kind of back. All right, guys, and with that, we've done it. We went ahead and looked at everything that the Kickstarter that I supported years ago had to offer, including Roach. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see a run-through of this one. I will most probably be reading through the rules, at least for the core game, and trying to familiarize myself with it. And most probably playing it on the channel. I mean, if unless you guys don't want me to. But in any case, join us on social media so you can keep track of the world of Meeple Village, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks to our 2,000 growing subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for your comments as well. I love when you guys tell me, yeah, I love how you explained this game, or you did a great job. It encouraged me to buy this game. That's like the best comments that I can get, right? It's knowing that because of me, you guys get to play more games.
And you